Hey, what's up guys? I got an AOK from the Walking Jedi. I guess I'll talk about that before I get into my haul for this week. It's not a huge haul, but just a couple books that I missed from last week, I think. I got a note from him. I bought 2 Campbell books from him off of eBay, and he sent me an AOK, which I'm actually very happy to get. And I'm very happy to get the 2 Campbell books. Those 2 books are some of the hardest books to get out of all the Campbell books, and thankfully he sold them to me. I'm very happy to have him, and I'll read his note first. Here we go. It says, "Thanks for the purchase, man. Good to sell to a fellow YouTuber. Only felt it necessary to include a little AOK. Nothing much, but I hope you like it." And that's from the Walking Jedi, and I actually love it. The book, it's definitely black. This is the first appearance of Gen 13. It's Jim Lee and Silvestri collaboration. This book came out right in the middle of the comic book speculation boom of the 90s, like 93, 94. And this was a 6-part series. And instead of numbering these 1 through 6, they came out with colors. This was black. This was the first one that Image released. So what this was a crossover between Image and Valiant. And Valiant came out with 3 issues, a prologue, yellow, and blue. And then Image came up with black, red, and epilogue. The problem when Valiant was releasing their issues, they were printing like 700,000 copies. By the time this book came out, they were down to 250,000, which is still pretty significant. That's like Walking Dead's print runs. And the price for this book was almost $5. That's a lot of money for 1993. What happened was Image was so far behind in their print run that they were super far behind. I think it was like over 6 months. And on top of being far behind, they were also coming out at a sequence. So Valiant was all on time with their stuff, but when Image did theirs, it was supposed to be black, and then red, and then the epilogue. The epilogue concluded the whole series, the whole tie-in, the whole crossover. But since they were all 6 months behind, this one was 6 months behind, and then red was 6 months behind. And then the epilogue was only a couple months behind. So the red wound up coming out after the epilogue. And by the time they even got to red, readers started to lose interest because they were over 6 months behind. And what that did was left a lot of comic book shops with an abundance of comic books and no cash because the book was so expensive and they had so many of them on hand. Nobody wanted to buy them because they'd lost interest, and it wound up putting a lot of comic book shops out of business. It's also known as one of the curses of the comic book industry. So on top of being the first appearance of Gen 13, this is a very cool part of comic book history. So I'm actually very happy to have this book. It's a beautiful shape. A lot of these books got scrapped too. Thank you, Walking Jedi. Appreciate that very much. So a couple more books that I got another hip hop cover. It's The Cable. Got that one for $5. Not a huge deal, but liked it. Speaking of The Walking Dead, I picked up the most recent issue to go to the run. And then I found a Rick and Morty variant. It's got a small crease in the bottom left-hand corner, which is a bummer for a new book, but it's the only copy they had, and I'm a big fan of Mr. Meeseeks. So there's that. And I got one unboxing to do. The whole set actually came today, so I'll show you guys what that is. These are currently in my top 50 books. Yes. There we go. These are books that are from a European distributor, but they're easy to get in the US. Forbidden Planet, if you go to Forbidden Planet's website and you try and buy it, it's all in euros to pay for them, so here they are. Lay them down, bam, bam, bam. Alright, so you guys have already seen these are the Libre Mayhem, the regular cover, limited to 2,000 copies. The marble cover, limited to 1,500 copies, and the Virgin, limited to 1,000. So currently, I picked these up on eBay for I think $50 for the whole set. The first 2 that I bought from MegaCon for $10 each. So the way I was looking at it is like I was getting this one for 30. I think You can get it for 30 pounds on Forbidden Planet's website. Once you convert that, it winds up being like 40 or 45 bucks. How much is 30 pounds in USD?
It's $38.
There you go, 38 bucks. So, plus you gotta add the shipping, you're gonna look at like 50 bucks anyway, so 50 bucks on eBay. It's a solid deal to me. It's my favorite Libre Mayhem cover right now. So, yeah, I gotta put these babies in a Mylar. Get the things popping. And yeah, I guess I'll show you my pops too. I got Reagan today from The Exorcist, Pennywise from Stephen King's It, Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. I was obsessed with this game when PlayStation 1 came out, so that was a long time ago. So that's thanks for watching, guys.